right, I want to give you a quick overview of the new module that's opening this week. So I'm going to enter into learning modules. This week we are taking a break from the textbook, and we are going to be working from a novel called The Namesake. Okay, so here, weeks 5 through 8. We're going to be practicing our extensive reading here, developing our vocabulary, using our critical thinking skills to analyze events in a novel, and exposing ourselves to reading literature and some of the different skills that we need in order to read literature. So I have broken everything down into sections, sections of chapters that I'd like you to work on a little bit at a time. 1 through 3, 4 through 6, 7 through 9, and then 10 through 12. The assignments, there are several assignments that are due, a couple of reading logs, discussion posts, chapter quizzes, an exam, and another reaction paper. So I'm going to open up module activities. The reading log is the same as the last time that you did. I've got some new links to the assignments there. The namesake introduction is where you should start. There is a video to watch and a discussion post to complete. So there's instructions there. There are also background information articles. These are not required, but I would highly recommend that you read through these articles. I think they'll help you to understand the novel a lot better if you read those articles first. But there won't be any assignment connected to those articles. So I'm just going to open up the namesake chapters 1 through 3 folder. There's instructions there at the top, but you can see that there's a link to a comprehension quiz that you need to take for each set of chapters. There are discussion questions that you should work through for those. Now, we're not going to be necessarily going over those together as a class. What I've done is I've set up a link to a Google Doc. I'm going to click on that to open that up. So the Google Doc has the same information from the discussion question worksheet. And what I'm going to recommend that you do is you work together as a class to come up with answers to the discussion questions. Now, not every discussion question is going to have one correct answer. Some of them are just meant to get you to think about things a little bit more. But answering these discussion questions are going to help prepare you for the exam that you'll take. I will also be periodically checking in on the Google Doc to see how you're doing with that. You won't get any homework points for this or a grade for this, but contributing to this Google Doc and coming up with answers together as a class will help to prepare you for the exam that you need to take. Some of the chapters have discussion questions to post. So you'll see here there's discussion post 4 instructions, and then I'll link to the discussion board there. Go back to module activities. Chapters 4 through 6 is laid out in a similar way with a comprehension quiz, a discussion questions worksheet, a Google Doc link to help you answer the discussion questions with your classmates, and then a discussion post. One thing that's a little bit different here is we're going to be doing some specific vocabulary study. So if you open up this folder, there are Quizlets to help you learn the vocabulary from chapters 1 through 3 and chapters 4 through 6. Once you feel comfortable with that vocabulary, you're then going to be taking a vocabulary quiz. So the vocabulary quiz covers only the vocabulary from chapters 1 through 6. Chapters 7 through 9 is laid out the same way as chapters 4 through 6. Chapters 10 through 12, the only difference here is there is no discussion board, there's no discussion post for chapters 10 through 12. And then you'll see here that I also have namesake vocabulary study, a Quizlet for chapters 7 through 9, and a Quizlet for chapters 10 through 12. But there will not be a separate quiz for these vocabulary items. This vocabulary for chapters 7 through 12 will be tested on the exam. The questions on the exam will be very similar to the quiz though. And then finally, reaction paper 2. I've got the assignment listed here, but of course you'll really be working on this more in 086 on the Blackboard site for 086. You'll be posting the assignments there, the drafts and the final draft there. But I did want to just post the assignment here so that you could start thinking about it as you're reading the namesake. The module for 086 Reaction Paper 2 actually will not open until Monday, September 28th. So there's a little bit of time before you'll actually be starting to really work on the assignment. But if you want to start thinking about it, the assignment is listed here. Okay. That is all for the module about the namesake. If you do have any questions, please let me know. You can post to the discussion board, and I'll try to get back to you with that as soon as I can.